Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of... It's been so long, I don't even remember what the name of this series is. My slow burn to Endgame. Sorry this video took so long to come out. My dad and I were on a cross-country road trip to go fishing, and we ended up getting sidetracked at a Powerline concert. But we're here now, and in this video, our goal is gonna be to try to finish the rest of the Afterlands quests. I was reading the comments on the last video, and a lot of people seemed to think that doing Afterlands without a guide was a legitimately daunting prospect, which has me a little bit worried for the remainder of this episode. I am gonna stick it out, I am gonna continue to just go in blind here, but if I reach my breaking point, I'll be sure to let you know. Also, what the hell is going on with the background? It just was like this when I logged in. If I change channels, is it gonna go away? Oh. I wouldn't consider this an improvement. Anyway, let's get back into it. What's up, Adler? That adorable child Billy came here to the land of contemplation to help us, but I'm afraid this place as it is now is no place for a child. Clearly, it's a horrible dark void. Von must niefer stop contemplating. One's for you, Polyrux. Go collect some bleached olive trees from outside and plant them. This is, I think, as good a time as any to mention that all of this is expiring. I can grab these solar fragments though. Okay, let me go over this way. Claim all these solar fragments, so in 2 years at 6 job we'll have a little bit of a head start. God, this is depressing. Now that I've done my middle school typing drills, I can lament the state of my inventory. As you can see here, a lot has expired. I don't know how many people saw my community post on YouTube, but I have not had time to play in the last week or so. So the Nodestone quandary from a couple videos ago ended up solving itself, I think. We just don't have to worry about it anymore, because they all expired. And then I am just gonna pop these 4x coupons, because I'm not gonna get through all of them before they expire. It's kind of got me thinking about the pace of the series so far. And while I do enjoy going at this slower pace, I also think I'm kind of putting off the point where the game becomes time-gated, and it makes me wonder if I would be better off getting to at least 100 so I can start working on the events and building things up that way, and then doubling back to do some of this side content once I get to the point where I'm kind of just waiting for dailies and stuff. Especially because as it stands, this is going to be a 9,000 part series. Also, I think at our current pace, the dream of hitting the higher challenger ranks, or even getting to fight the seasonal boss, is pretty much dead. And that's okay. I think that if I were somebody to give in to that fear of missing out, this series would just kind of be dead on arrival. There are going to be lots of missed opportunities, but it also kind of is liberating in the sense that if I don't feel any pressure to adhere to any sort of schedule or seasonal events or whatever, I can kind of just do things at my own pace, and that was kind of the goal of the series to begin with, was I want to be able to be excited about my 12-star Pencilier gear and being able to use that to get the CRA set and that sort of thing, so I don't know. I kind of just use this early grinding quest as an opportunity to vlog, I guess. 88 though. Go over here and push space. Oh. Maybe I drop them? This is a very unintuitive part of MapleStory. There are a few quests, even in the main story, that require you to do this sort of thing. And for people who did Genesis PQ back in the day, it makes sense. I put down all 3. Do I talk to him? Do I regain my color? No. Should we talk to Billy? No. I wonder, do we need more? Do we just have to drop more? Let's see if that does anything. Looks like it is. Yeah, this is extremely unintuitive. So now I'm thinking we do probably have to go to the next area to get the color and then bring it back here. I just realized that due to my negligence, the last bit of gameplay didn't have the game sounds recorded, and I'm sure everybody noticed and was very upset. So we got our color collector all full. There weren't any quests. I could go out and look for other keys, but I think I'll save that because I don't see anything over here. I mean, I haven't talked to Silent Boy. Okay, that was kind of predictable. We will go back around. This is going to take us back to the Land of Warriors. Alright guys, it's monster elimination time. We are raking in the XP. Crank the pulley to bring on the night. I can tell you feel guilty about what you've done to us. Good, you should. Let's make it nighttime. So, oh, another quest. The blade that was broken. You fought pretty well today. His sword broke and he doesn't have the right materials. Yeah, I'll help you out, buddy. If we were big, she'd be impressed. So let's eat these things, which we hoarded from last time. Hey, it worked! Are you the god of battle? I have some offerings. Hey, a key! We are officially halfway. Let's go do this guy's quest. It kind of seems like every one of the areas now has some kind of repeatable excuse to kill a lot of enemies, so I'm not sure if anything is going to come from this. Little bit of looting. I think we are going to probably hit 100 in this episode. I hate to spoil it for everybody. We got him his sword fixed. Seems like that's it. Now I wonder, last time it was night when I left, so I'm going to turn it to day and go around again and see if that's different. Because he got a new quest. I guess we'll do another monster elimination? I don't I don't know. 91. Hey, bunch of stuff. People I don't recall. Has it been that long? Did I talk to you? Oh, he's tiny now. Oh yeah. Everybody's not emaciated and withered anymore. Okay, this is that gold quest again. I literally didn't recognize these people because they don't look like they're in a bind anymore. Yeah, you were all skin and bones last time. How'd you get so healthy looking? Wow, Mansa, you look great. I love you. Ooh, a golden key somewhere in the heap? Don't mind if I do. That's 7 keys. Something tells me this is going to be a situation where I'm stuck looking for the last one. I don't think have I ever been in this portal? Oh, I haven't. What's up, guy? The Strange Workshop. He's looking for stones. Perhaps if you bring him some, he might answer your questions. Is there... Oh my god. Okay, guys, I swear to god I'm not using a guide. I know how this looks, because that was the most unintuitive shit in the entire world. I swear, it's just... Listen. It's just because I've been emotionally primed to expect this to be really weird. Okay, I feel like I need to justify this a little bit. Like I just said, I'm not using a guide. If I wanted to make it seem like I was doing this guideless in order to farm clout from the MapleStory Afterlands Progression Series YouTube community, surely I would have spiced this sequence up a bit. I'd waddle around for a while looking for the rock, and I'd make a big deal about how I don't know where to go before I'd stumble upon the solution. Instead, what we have here is me seeming to immediately find the solution to this quest, which, while extremely unintuitive, I don't think comes entirely out of nowhere. Having read the comments on my previous video, as well as just listening to people talk about Afterlands for years at this point, I went into these quests expecting them to be obtuse, weird, and unintuitive. We saw earlier with having to drop the items to grow the trees in the Land of Contemplation, but we also saw last episode that sometimes you just stumble upon keys. What this communicates to me is that not everything in these quests is explicitly signposted. but you're also not given no information. In both of these cases, what you're expected to do is relatively clear. We know we need to get a certain item to grow trees. What isn't made clear is the specific mechanisms by which we're meant to achieve these goals. We know we need to grow trees, but the game doesn't tell us how to grow them. All we have to go on is an item and a location, and from this information, we're left to figure out how to use these items to accomplish our goal. Our quest journal tells us to bring the old man some stone, and because it doesn't describe in any sort of detail where it can be found, I immediately assumed it must be close by. Maybe this logic is flawed, but regardless, the location of the old man causes the camera to obscure most of the area he's in, so it's a reasonable assumption that the player would walk to the right to get a better view of their location. There's just enough negative space between the man and the stone to emphasize that this particular rock is probably of some significance because it doesn't blend in with the rest of the environment. Because of our prior interactions with the tree that was struck by lightning and the kid on the swings, my immediate instinct is to try to interact with the stone via clicking, and when that doesn't work, I assume that it's some sort of mob that has to be defeated. And when that doesn't work, I finally try to basic attack it, which causes the rock to instantly react, which lets me know right away that I found the solution. The reason I chose to interact with the rock in this way is because Afterlands and MapleStory in general has trained me to interact with objects in this sort of hierarchical system, I guess. Most objects can be interacted with. The ones that can't usually have to be destroyed, and the ones that can't be destroyed with skills have to be destroyed by basic attacks. I think this is unintuitive because the modern game has largely done away with these sorts of interactions in favor of uniformity. Every boss chest can be destroyed with normal skill damage, which is a great change, but it has the unfortunate side effect of making things like this feel especially out of place. In a way, I was trained to find this rock 18 years ago on Maple Island when I was getting my relaxer parts. I might be overstating how much this moment came out of left field, but I thought the way I presented it here seemed a little suspicious, so I wanted to try to break this moment down and explain why I felt that it's simultaneously unintuitive and instinctual in a way that only a random quest from a 20-year-old MMO can be. I might as well take this because I'm gonna go and look for stuff, so I might as well get some free XP for walking out here. I don't have an excuse for this one. Oh my god. Is this gonna be a key? I felt possessed to click on this thing. Because... I don't know.
Another foolish moth to my flames.
Why is there voice acting? What is happening? Oh no, it's the yellow mage. His aura feels just like the black mage's. Can I really hope to defeat him? Can I? Oh shit, here he comes. This is good practice for the real thing when we get there. Oh. Hey, there's a key. Okay, so click on just fucking everything in the background, I guess. That's the lesson to be taken away here. So we're gonna go out and look for more stuff to click on. I guess it's not just things with quests. Oh, gee, how'd this clip get in here? I think I haven't found a hidden key in the Land of Warriors, so there's probably one somewhere back there. I guess that's just assuming that there is some kind of equitable key distribution at play here, and it's not just completely random. Also, I do like, I haven't really commented too much on the story because admittedly not too much has happened, but I do really like that the artistic kid, you take him over here and he kind of fixes the problem. I think that's really cool. Oh, I just remembered, speaking of the artistic kid, the weather in the Toyland, you can manipulate it by bullying the children. Maybe I need to do something with that, because I haven't done anything regarding that. Like, I think that the quest that I got in the treasure place was a result of me changing it to day and coming back, because I think that was the passage of time had allowed them to reconstitute, I guess. So I think there's probably nothing here. I got a hidden key in the town, and then a hidden key out here. I think that's a lot of these sorts of keys. A lot of keys in the color place. Or the no color place, I guess. We're gonna go to the next world, and then we're gonna ruin the weather. Oh, there's a portal here. What's that say? Oh, interesting. Billy painted a bridge and now we can go backwards. That's powerful. There's like one rule in the Afterlands and Billy just shattered it. So if we smash it, okay, yeah, there's a quest. Distracted from anger. I hate you. This is probably just the quest to change the weather back though, right? But okay, I'm thinking about this though. The lightning, the bad lightning weather, which I will assume is supposed to be reflected in the background, which is currently just a dark void, that was what split this tree. So we got something from the lightning weather. I'm gonna go through here all the way, see if there's anything. If there's not, we'll change it back to, I think the other one's rain or something? I don't remember. This looks interesting. What's up here? Click, 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 click. Nothing? Okay. Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump scare you with my 300 unspent ability points. Now I'm just clicking on everything. And normally I'd probably cut these parts out, but I feel like I need this to prove I'm not using a guide. I will say though, I enjoy... Maybe I should hold off on bringing this up until we actually see if it happens, but I like the idea that I'm kind of thinking logically about this world. We set it to lightning in order to bring the tree down and get the key. So now I'm thinking, what other sorts of things can I do to... What other aspects of the world can I manipulate and then go check around to see? I think that's a very interesting type of quest. I'm enjoying it. I enjoy Afterlands. At the rate this is going, I might make like an actual video about Afterlands, because I think this place has a ton of potential. I like it more than Ride or Die. It was around this point that my key acquisition rate really started to slow down. Naturally, as the remaining number of keys I still needed shrank, it became harder to find the rest of them. I went from randomly stumbling into them to having to meticulously comb through each area. I found myself changing the weather in the Land of Innocence only to go through the entire area, find nothing, come back, change the weather again, and repeat. Obviously, during this process, I had a lot of time to think, and eventually I remembered that every NPC in the towns seemed to have some sort of relevance, either by outright giving you a key or at least being the solution to getting one somewhere else. When I realized this, I found myself being drawn to this Silent Boy again. Silent Boy's given me bad vibes. I don't know if I trust Silent Boy over here. I talked to him a few more times, but eventually I gave up and I just went back to the Land of Warriors. Using the same principle that compelled me to talk to the Silent Boy, I became captivated by this statue NPC. Is this a hint? He's kind of pointing it toward the sun. Okay, I'm gonna go check out here and then maybe I'll change it to night and try to click the statue, see if that does anything. I was convinced this had to lead me to a key somehow, but I couldn't figure out what I was meant to do. I did one lap through the entire area, clicking on nearly everything I could see before returning to town again. When I went back to the Land of Riches, I remembered that the old man had told me to return to him in 10 minutes the last time I was there. I don't think I showed that part because I was busy talking, but trust me, it happened. Anyway, predictably, upon returning to him, he gave me a key. I did another lap around the area, again clicking on pretty much everything, and eventually I just continued my loop through to the Land of Contemplation. Maybe it's because of the lack of color here, but by this point, the bugged backgrounds had really gotten to me, so I decided to restart my game to fix it. Yeah, I'm gonna restart. After failing to fix the problem, I continued my loop, finishing off again at the Land of Innocence. Something about this kid over here, Silent Boy, he looks like he might... Wait, what? Yeah, okay. He just talks more, he gets more silent every time. Do you need help? Just tell me what to do. Yes, please, anybody, tell me what to do. Oh, he can talk. My friend and I were competing to see who could go the longest without saying a word. You went and blew that for me. He strokes his chin thoughtfully. He's got a key! Thanks, buddy. So what, you just have to talk to him over and over again until he gets mad? I don't think that had anything to do with the weather, though. Whoa. I did both. I made it rain and storm. At this point, I only needed 2 more keys, and, well, let's just say I have nearly an hour of recorded footage here in the form of a clip I named Officially Confused. I'll spare you from having to watch all of it, and instead just let you know that because I didn't know what did and didn't affect the world, I boldly resolved to change the weather in the Land of Innocence, and then go through an entire loop, checking every individual map in the Afterlands before returning back to change the weather again. As far as I can tell, there's 3 types of weather: rain, storm, and rainy storm. I wanted to check the entire Afterlands under each type of weather, which meant that I was gonna do 3 loops. In the process of doing this, I realized that the Land of Warriors day and night cycle also counted as a world state, which meant that I needed to check each map during each type of weather during both times of day. I actually did this, and on each loop I was taunted by the statue, which I knew had to be related to one of the keys. I also had to make a conscious effort to not kill many mobs because I didn't want to hit level 100 and then pollute the rest of my footage with the 4th job advancement light bulb, so other than a few kills here and there, I was mainly focused on just clicking things. On my second loop, I wandered back to the old man's tombstone house in the Land of Riches, and like, weirdly, he had me play some strange minigame to get a key. I really don't have an explanation for this. I don't know what triggered it. I don't know if it was just I had to come back after getting the last one. It's very strange. I continued looping, each time stopping to interact with the statue, and each loop left me less convinced I was on the right track. I even decided to go to the big door itself to see if a key was like hidden in the bushes or something. I've heard that you should not use the keys preemptively. I don't know if that's because of a bug or just because it's easier to keep track of what one you're missing if you just hold on to all of them, but there kind of seems to be nothing here. Things were not looking good for your boy. Me, I'm your boy, so I want to go back to where I just was. This was always how it was going to be, but now that we're on the last key, it's statistically the hardest one to find. We've got so many from here. It has to be the statue, or something in the Land of Warriors. Okay, I just remembered, I haven't done every challenge. Maybe I need to become the greatest warrior of all time. So we haven't done Last Warrior Standing, but maybe there's some... I can earn the statue's respect if I've dominated in every category. Can you feel the desperation? So now I'm just gonna immediately make it night and then day. My hope here is this statue will recognize my absolute authority and worthiness if I compete in every challenge. So that's all the challenges. Does the statue have anything to say? No. But maybe it doesn't count until we lower it. What if I have to be like in the middle? That doesn't make any sense. Anybody got any compliments for me? It's all, I knew it was gonna be the last key. Was gonna be the problem. There's no available Afterlands quests, are there? That I can maybe get a little bit of a hint here? I guess if I like get really big, but like if I get big, can I fucking punch the statue? Okay. Another day of being the greatest warrior ever. I guess I haven't done his new quest ever since he became normal. What do you got, buddy? I leveled up, I got another one of these gold things that I don't need. Man. Trip to the old dude's house. He's got nothing. Turn this in. The fact that I only had a single key left made me not want to look up where to find it. But honestly, if I didn't think watching me be so utterly confused might make for a funny YouTube video, I probably would have found my breaking point somewhere along this final loop. But I had come too far to give up now. Was I really gonna have to tell my beloved audience of over 15 SBEG fans who waited patiently for almost 2 entire weeks to see this video that I just gave up during the final stretch? The grim reality that I might have failed in my goal started to set in. I was spinning my wheels at this point, desperately clicking on everything I could think of in order to hopefully, magically stumble upon something. What? Oh hi, what the fuck? What's the deal with the treasure? I have spent probably the last 30 minutes just running around aimlessly clicking on everything. Was that the answer? On top of me, I arrived here recently. People around here say that the treasures hanging up high up there are yours. I've heard that you acquired all your fortune by robbing others from this world. I'm not saying you have to give up all your treasures, but don't you think it's only right to return some of them back to the people? But how are you going to get the treasure down? Maybe you should try throwing something at them. Like a bleached olive tree? Is there like a... Can I go get one of the tombstone rocks? What could I possibly throw? The spear from the warrior place? Ashkaya? Take me all the way around. Take me to the land of warriors. Come on, baby, give me the spear. Yes! It looks like the spear is separate from the rest of the statue. It's stuck pretty good, probably because it's so old, but I think I can get it loose. How can I get the spear free? Maybe I should ask around. Okay. Anybody got any big ideas? You? Do you know anything about that bronze statue? Are you talking about the Ready Spear? Is that the name of the statue? The Ready Spear? The statue was erected long ago to honor the very first, greatest warrior ever of the land of warriors. I see. It's very realistic, like he's about to throw a spear at any moment. It's a good eye you've got, though I've never seen it myself. I've heard they kept the spear separate from the body so it could be used as a weapon in times of crisis. What would a crisis look like in the land of warriors? The statue's been neglected for so long I doubt it'll come free easily. You could try pouring some kind of lubricant, oil, grease, heck, maybe even water would do. Water, huh? Only it were raining. Sup, kids? Get rid of this thing, get rid of this stupid pop-up. Now that it's raining, I should be able to slip the spear loose from the statue. Okay, here I go, 1, 2, 3. I hope it landed somewhere near the land of riches. You're telling me you had me rob the guy because you made a bad bet. Hands you a key, there it is. 12 out of 12. This is it. So now, we're gonna use each one of these. The lock unlocks with an echoing thunk. Here we go. Click, 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 click. Wow. Here we are. It's hard to believe that you're back in the land of the living. Was everything that happened in the Afterlands just a dream? Or... That's strange. Your bag feels unusually heavy. Did someone put something in there? What's this weird gift box doing in here? When did I get this? Hey, these look familiar. There they are. We did it! So, there it is. I completed Afterlands for the first time without a guide. All in all, I think I probably spent just under 2 hours walking around with no idea what I was doing. So it's safe to say that a guide would have sped things up by about that much time. Though, if you consider the fact that I almost certainly wasted a lot more time than that trying to change the world state in order to try to find keys, a guide would have saved me more than 2 hours by giving me an optimal path to follow. Speaking of the gut-wrenching passage of time, this video is dragging on a lot longer than I would have liked, but I hope you'll indulge me in one final retrospective as I give my thoughts on Afterlands as a whole. While I do, I'll also have some footage in the background of me reaching level 100, unlocking the rest of the events, and also trying to chew through some of the XP coupons and VIP boosters. Afterlands represents exactly what I wanted to get out of this series. It's content I had never done before, and it made me think about MapleStory in a different way. I wasn't playing the game seriously at the time it was added, but it seems to me like Afterlands was meant to be sort of like a content island that was separate from the main game. If the main game is full of grinding mobs and accumulating power, then Afterlands exists as this alternate reality where you're meant to slow down and kinda solve puzzles. If you want to get its rewards, you need to meet the content on its own terms. That adds a lot of variety to a game, but you only have to look at RuneScape's fighter torso to see that it also causes a lot of frustration. I think Afterlands existing in this form is a good thing, but it runs into a problem when you look at how the modern game operates. I mentioned before that I spent about 2 or 3 hours wasting time because I refused to use a guide, and while that's completely fine for me as someone who deliberately set out to play the game slowly, the fact is that it's barely an exaggeration to say that I could have reached level 200 in the time it took me to get 3 equips. Was it worth it? From a pragmatic standpoint, honestly no. That's the thing with modern MapleStory. In a lot of ways, it's a game that's being pulled in 2 directions. It wants to be a fast-paced seasonal boss rush, but there's so much deprecated content that's left as a reminder of a time when the game didn't pursue that identity. Afterlands stands as a relic of a time when content was kind of just allowed to exist. In a lot of ways, Nexon didn't have any idea what the hell they were doing, so they just threw things at the wall, and little if any of it stuck. But it's that cavalier attitude toward content that gave us so many unique, interesting concepts over the years. The modern game is very refined. Everything fits very neatly onto a timeline of progression. Every new area must include a new symbol, new maps to grind in, and maybe a new boss, who must drop equipment which is carefully constructed to not invalidate any other item too quickly. It is enjoyable. MapleStory is a very competent game in that regard, but it's also very predictable. It's because of this that I find so much charm and allure in the idea that you can still, at any point in your MapleStory journey, travel back to this level 80 theme dungeon and use its rewards to help you take down whatever modern high-level anime girl Nexon has designed for you to fight. For my money, this genre's best progression system is designed with this sort of interconnected approach in mind. Imagine getting to go back to Sleepywood for something that isn't a 3-month-long event that's destined to quietly wither away and bloat your installation size once it's over. Just something to think about. Afterland's greatest problem is that you have to do it on multiple characters, but if doing it on one let you unlock a 1,000 mob kill quest in each land to get its corresponding totem on your other characters, no one would complain. Even in its current form, though, I like to look at every new character in MapleStory almost like starting over in an ARPG, knowing what sorts of quests I want to do, what gear I need to get, how hard I want to grind, and every other decision you make over the course of your journey up to the 200s was how I enjoyed this game when I was getting to 9K Legion the first time, and I'm excited to hopefully show you that journey in future episodes. I might make a dedicated video on Afterlands in the future, so if I do, thanks for being here for the genesis of that idea. Ultimately, that's kind of the goal with this series. You can see in the footage here that I'm leveling extremely quickly. I had to go out of my way to stop myself because I honestly thought it was going too fast. I guess I'm still trying to find the balance between going fast enough to feel like we're actually making progress and going slow enough to feel like we're playing the content. I put a little bit more effort into editing this video, which is part of why it took longer to get out, but also I've just been busy in general, like I said before. As always, let me know what you thought of the format, or if you even noticed anything was different at all. I thought the subject matter kind of deserved being a little bit more edited together, but that's also why it's a very long episode. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. And also, real videos are coming soon. I'm officially working on a couple. Bye, thank you.